Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's late night episode of Fuck You Mean. And for the record, this is my third take. Fuck You Mean. I've messed around and made two takes of tonight's show. And low key, they had no sound, and just realized why I didn't have any sound. What's crazy is that my Bluetooth speaker, my Bluetooth speaker was still attached, still connected to the phone. So I had no sound. How can you do a show with no sound, right? Fuck you, man. But tonight's show, I'm gonna cover a couple of topics. First topic is people on social media. Us in social media. And how our followers or friends or whoever the case may be, people who watch our stories and things of that nature. Oh, I smell good weed right now. It smells so good. And when you can't smoke, it becomes more irritating, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing this topic. Because it becomes very irritating how people can be and how people are one-sided and don't think on two wavelengths instead of thinking on one side, which is their side, when you need to look from all sides. But people in social media, we all go on social media no matter what platform it is. And yes, it's dark outside because I'm outside, or of course, and I'm walking under trees. So hey, fuck you mean. It's hot out and it's going to get hotter. Am I complaining? No. Give me summer all year round. Fuck you mean. But we all go on social media, Snapchat, Facebook Live, the Gram, here on YouTube, Messenger, things of that nature. We all do this. And because we all do this, we post things because we want our followers, quote unquote, to see what we're doing. Fuck you mean? What's the point of posting if you don't want anybody to see what you're doing, right? So, with that being said, my issue that I have, and I don't know if some of you guys have this issue, and if you do, feel free to comment. Again, like I said, I'm looking for comments and things of that nature, whatever the case may be. But if you have this problem, why is it that people feel the need to want to question you when you put a post up, right? You post a vid, you post a comment, you do things of that nature, and people want to question what you're doing. And when I say question, because as soon as you put the post up, the first thing that you get a private message or a DM, whatever you want to call it. And folks want to know, what you doing? What you on? Where you at? Fuck you, man. Why are you asking me what am I doing? What am I on? Where am I at? When you clearly see it. You just saw my post. You just saw I responded to somebody else's post and said what I was doing. So why do you feel the need to ask me those questions? Fuck you mean? Does it matter? Why do you feel the need to question me? I told someone this happened to me. I told someone that I was going outside to hang out with my people. And I didn't tell them this at first. I just said I'm getting dressed to go outside. I'm not telling anybody anything specific or anything like that. I'm just getting ready to go outside. I'm getting dressed to go outside. And then I end up getting a question asked. I'm ended up getting almost felt like an interrogation almost. I'm getting the question next. Oh, to do what? The fuck you mean? To do what? If I'm telling you I'm getting dressed to go outside, that's what I'm going to do. Fuck you mean? Why you gotta know what am I doing when I get outside? I'm going outside. That's all you need to know. Told you I'm getting dressed to go outside. Fuck you mean? Then you get the question asked to do what? To hang out. Since you want to ask that question, I tell you to go hang out. Then I get asked, with who? The fuck you mean? You don't know these people. You're not my mother. You're not my father. My mother sure in the hell doesn't ask me who I'm going to go hang out with. You're asking questions that my own mother doesn't even ask me. Who are you? And it's not like we're dating. You're just a friend, an associate, whatever you want to call it. And you're questioning me about what I'm doing and who I'm doing it with. Fuck you mean? That's not your place. If I'm telling you I'm going outside, you accept that and you go. If you tell me that, I'm going to accept it and I'm going to go. You tell me you're going outside if I ask what you're doing, or if you tell me you're getting dressed and you're not say, well, what you about to do? You tell me you're going outside, oh, okay, that's what's up. Have fun. Low key. Now, if you want to volunteer information and things of that nature, then go right on ahead. That's your business. You can do that. I'm not asking, because it's not my place to ask. Like I said, it's not my business. Fuck you mean? So why do you feel that need to do that? Why do you feel the need to question somebody just because you see them post something? Just because you see them respond to something? There's no need for that. No need whatsoever. Fuck you mean? So, for those of you that I don't know if you guys have this problem, or if you want to elaborate on that or anything of that nature, let me know. Because I'm quite interested to know how many people go through that. What you doing? Where you at? For what? You just saw it. The fuck you mean? But there's this one topic there that I just had to get off my chest. It's not a rant, but it's more of like, fuck you mean? Like, really? For real? Why question somebody on social media when you clearly see what the hell is going on? My next thing is our violence here in the city of Chicago. I mean, out of all the things that's going on in the world, a government that's already now made it an establishment to, well, a presidency that's made it its business to already turn against people of color. And we all know what that means, right? But that's another topic on another day, another show. Excuse me, but my thing is about the violence here in the city of Chicago. We are a tight-knit city. Most people that live in the neighborhoods have lived on their blocks for umpteenth years. Whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever the case may be, A lot of people have lived on their blocks and their neighborhoods for quite some time. And everybody here in the city wants this violence to stop. The shootings and things of that nature. So with that being said, has the thought ever occurred on the real reason why the shootings and this violence really occurs, or why it hasn't stopped? Needless to say, they say we have a gang problem, we have an illegal gun problem, and all these things of that nature, but you have to think about how the illegal guns get here. The access to the illegal guns. People have access that are provided to them by people who do things legally. They have access to these guns because we are the train hub of the world, or of the United States rather. And you like to leave freight trains parked on random tracks where people can easily go in there and break into them. And most of these trains are carrying clothes, guns, some cases even animals, cars. I mean, you kind of create a criminal empire by doing this. But outside of that, fuck you mean. But outside of that, how many of these shooters are related to powerful people? Victims of crimes related to powerful people or someone of importance. And not only that, both victims, shooters, how many of y'all, or how many of them rather, not say y'all, I'm not gonna say y'all, but how many of them are known by members of the community? Does anybody really think about that? No one wants to be labeled a snitch. Now, that I understand. Fuck you mean. Don't think I don't. I understand it. Because the police will turn against you. Fuck you mean. Because as they say, when they read you your rights, anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. So, you have to look at things like that, right? Fuck you mean. With that being said, how many people, and for those of you that have lost people in shootings in relation to our violence, my condolences, and I'm sorry, because it's messed up. It's really messed up, especially when it happens to children, teenagers, anybody. It's a loss of life. And no human being has the right to take another human being's life. Fuck you mean. Nobody on any level. None of us do. That's the job of our Creator. Fuck you mean. But for those of us that have been through it, they all want someone to have somebody tell what they've seen. They all want someone to be that voice to help them solve their murders, solve their homicides, find out who did what to this woman's child, this man's son, daughter, anybody, cousins, aunties, it doesn't matter, anybody. Everybody wants someone to tell something that they've seen. Because most of these shootings, this violence is done out in broad daylight in the open. And yet nobody sees anything. No one gets in custody. None of that. How is that possible? Fuck you mean? This happened in broad daylight. I could see if it was in a cover of darkness. This is broad daylight. We're talking people. And nobody knows anything. Fuck you mean? Reason being is because people don't open their mouth. Some of the shooters are related to politicians, our officers. And for so many gun crimes to happen in these quote-unquote bad neighborhoods where there's a high police presence, which is very weird. Why is that? Fuck you mean? It's a high police presence and we have all these shootings, right? Seems kind of backwards. So it makes you wonder who's related to who? Who's friends with who? Who's friends of the family? Who has a bond or some type of tie to the people committing the violence? Fuck you mean? Now, heaven forbid this happens to anybody and their family or anybody close to them. But if I was a police officer and somebody in my family shot somebody and I found out about it, now as an officer of the law, you have an obligation to what? Turn the person in, right? Family or not, friend or not, lover or not, doesn't matter. You have an obligation to turn them in, to do your due diligence as an officer of the law. Same thing as a politician. You find out something like that, you have due diligence to do what's right on the human side. Humans don't have the right to take each other's lives. It's not our place. But it happens. But you wouldn't necessarily tell on your family member. You wouldn't necessarily turn in your friend, your lover, relative. It doesn't matter, whoever the person is. You wouldn't do this. Fuck you mean? So, with that being said, how would you expect any type of violence to stop? You can't expect violence to stop if that's the mentality that you have. Fuck you mean? Another reason why the violence won't stop and how it can stop, the people in the community. People in the community do not want to tell what's going on. They tend to keep things to themselves, talk about it amongst themselves, until the time comes, God forbid, it happens to them and their family. Or when it does happen to you and your family or someone close to you, the first thing you want to holler is, oh, no, 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 why? Please, someone tell why. Please tell if you know anything. Please. It's like, okay. Now, you want someone to tell what they seen. Tell what they know. But when JoJo or Woo-Wop the Bam gets shot down the street and everybody on the block's talking about it and people know things but don't say anything, how do you expect someone to do it for you? How do you expect to help somebody? How do you expect somebody to help you when you don't want to help yourself? When you don't want to help another family that went through what you're going through? Now, granted, like I said, no one wants to be labeled a snitch. I understand that. But if you want violence to stop, when do people start to do their due diligence? Because what's going to happen by you not saying anything is now you're going to have people who want to retaliate and take the law into their own hands. Fuck you mean? It's natural human reaction. So with that being said, the violence will keep going. and keep going and keep going to the point to where lawlessness will start to come, to the point to where the police will no longer be needed because the citizens have been taking the law into their own hands for all of this time. They say we have a gang problem. Okay. We have a gang problem. Okay. This has been going on for years here in the city of Chicago about a gang problem. Fuck you mean. But once again, no one says anything about the things that they know. If you want the violence to stop, it's time for people to start stepping up and do due diligence. Start reporting what you know. Start giving information about what you know if you really want this to stop, because it can stop. And this goes with the police too, because they know who are out here doing these things. They patrol the streets all day, every day. So you see the consistent people who are outside all day, every day, in the groups and things of that nature. But the police can only do so much without the community. But everybody knows something. Everybody knows something, and no one wants to do anything about it the way it should be done. Now, yes, there are a lot of personal beefs that go on in the city of Chicago. Fuck you mean. People hold on to them beefs, especially in the wintertime, because it's too damn cold to be doing anything to anybody. So when it does get hot, like it is now, of course, all that pent-up anger comes out. Natural human reaction. Fuck you mean. But if you don't want this cycle to continue, it's time to start reporting things. You want to take back your neighborhoods, take them back, because it's up to you as a community. Fuck you mean. It's time to stop being scared and start turning in your girlfriends, your boyfriends, your best friends, your cousins, nieces, nephews, whoever's out here doing the shits. Because when it's all said and done, these people still need a place to come to, right? These people have a place to go back to. Some of them do. I'm not gonna say all of them, but some of them do. Some of them don't even need to be out here in the streets, but they are, and yet they come home every night to come rest in mama's bed, to come rest in daddy's bed, to come rest in uncle's bed, auntie's bed, grandma's bed, grandpa's, whoever, best friend's bed, doesn't matter. They all come rest in someone's house. And they are related to police officers. They're related to people of power, people who are good careers, as they say, quote unquote. Y'all need to think about that. Truthfully. Fuck you mean. Don't put it all on the police. Don't put it all in the politician's hand to come up with a policy, because if I was a politician, I have a whole policy I put up on it, and a lot of people wouldn't like it, especially when it comes to the kids. Because parenting is a motherfucker. Fuck you mean. Half of these kids who are out here doing these shootings, I don't care what it is, doing these crimes, the parents will be held responsible. Their guardians will be held responsible. Fuck you mean. Your kid get locked up, guess what? Parent getting locked up too, because obviously you're not doing something right. Something is wrong with that. And if you are doing things right and your kid is still messed up, it's time to get to the root cause. Obviously your kid is crying out for attention. Fuck you mean. So you're too busy with your career and your life to take care of your kid. You should never had him to begin with. Or her, whatever the case. You should never had him to begin with. Fuck you mean. And with all the things that's going on in the country, like I said, you got a president who, this country has a president who clearly has made it clear that people of this skin tone, if we don't like what's going on in this country, we can leave, right? People of this skin tone that were born here, where the fuck are we gonna go? You took our ancestors from our land years ago. hundreds of years ago. And we were forced over here. Where we're gonna go. If it wasn't for us, it wouldn't be no United States. But that's a topic on a whole nother day. Whole nother show. So before I end this, I do have one more thing I do want to touch base on. Oh, and then besides what I just said, fuck you mean. Because that's a fuck you mean moment. How the fuck you gonna kick us out the country? And tell us to go back someplace when you forced all our people over to this wretched place. Fuck you mean. Wouldn't be street lights if it wasn't for us. Traffic lights. Wouldn't be paved roads and things of this nature. This lie that's been created, fuck you mean. But the last thing I want to talk about in relation to the city of Chicago is this goddamn gator. Excuse my language. But why is everybody so happy like they've never seen a damn gator before? Y'all watch enough TV. You people watch enough National Geographic. You really want to see a gator? Go to Florida. Go down south. Go to Mississippi. Go to Louisiana. Go to Texas. Any place where it's swampy weather, you want to see a gator, you can. And they walk right out in the open They walk right out in the open. Just out in the open. Fuck you mean. Go to Florida. Go play golf. You gonna see gators, fuck you mean. They tell you not to fuck with them when you see them. They say just let them walk past, right? But no, these folks here want to take their kids to go see the gators. Just because it's in a lagoon in Humboldt Park. Now, what if that gator that came up and just ate somebody? Fuck you mean. If they hadn't caught it because they caught the little reptile. If they hadn't caught that gator, then what? Somebody got ate, then what? Fuck you mean. I just don't get it. There's other pressing things to worry about than the damn gator. But of course, they get nationwide attention, right? Fuck you mean. What needs getting nationwide attention is how this city can be saved and won't be saved. You know, when the shit hits the fan, this is gonna be ground zero. Fuck you mean. A lot of people don't know that. But again, another topic, another day. My 3 main points I want to leave you guys with tonight, because this is a late version, like I said, of the show. One, for those of you that are on social media and have those nosy ass followers that want to know everything about what you're doing, don't question people about what they're doing, and you see them posting something on social media, or if they just posted something or responding to something, don't question about what they're doing, what they own, and where they at. You see it. Fuck you mean. Second of all, y'all want this violence to stop, y'all know what to do. You want the violence to stop in the city of Chicago, y'all know what to do. It's time to start stepping up. Do your due diligence. Tell what you know anonymously. You don't have to say who the fuck you are. Fuck you mean. You really don't. Just give credible shit, so that way no more innocent people need to get killed. And for those of you that know what's going on, and y'all know who y'all after, go after who you're after. Learn how to shoot if you're gonna do it. Fuck you mean. You know who you're after. Go after them. Don't end anyone else's life. You don't have that right as it is already, but if you're gonna go after somebody, go after them. Fuck you mean. It's just not right. No more talking amongst yourselves about what's going on, and so-and-so supposedly did this, or you know so-and-so said this, and oh, you know, no more of that, because this violence will never end. Fuck you mean. And I already made my point about the gator. I'm glad it did get caught. And like I said, there's other pressing things to worry about in the city of Chicago. like housing and things of that nature, and abandoned buildings and slumlords. Another topic. Fuck you mean. I hope everybody enjoyed this little session. It is a little longer than the last one. Again, I do welcome questions, comments, concerns, things of that nature. Even if you're trolling, go ahead and do that too. Fuck you mean, because that's gonna be another topic on another day. As a matter of fact, it might be tomorrow night or tomorrow's or the next show's topics actually. Whenever I do the next show, the next broadcast, that's gonna be a topic on trolls. People who just sit on social media, internet, and just have negative things to say. It's like, damn, really, you like the shit that much, huh? That you gotta say all this bad shit. I'm a victim of that. I low-key want to add one back on my Snapchat.